All right. Well, we are just after 6, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. First, want to say thank you for those folks that are joining us tonight. This will be our last scheduled town hall meeting of the school year. I think that brings some positive news to some folks, some sad news to some others with the ending of the school year. But again, I appreciate those that have been willing to jump on tonight. I know things are crazy towards the end of the school year, and so we do appreciate those that are trying to tune in. So tonight, my focus is going to spend about 15 to 20 minutes or so just discussing some logistics for the end of the school year, and talk about those last days and leading up to those days as well, and then hopefully at the end we'll have 10 or 15 minutes or so if folks want to chat with Mrs. Linder. We can make time for that. For those of you that may not be aware, Melissa Linder will be taking over as the principal up here at Silver Crest, so we are excited about that. I know that our staff is excited, and I've been lucky enough over the past month or so since we've heard news of this is the direction that we were going, that Mrs. Linder and I have been able to touch base on multiple occasions and share some info, and I feel like the handoff is going to be smooth, and of course if there's anything I can do to help make that transition even easier, I am happy to do so. So we will have some time for that at the end. So I'm going to jump in again with just some end of the year kind of nuts and bolts. Again, if there are any questions, please feel free to reach out to myself or your specific classroom teacher and or the main office as well. I know that Danielle would be more than happy to help folks out. So I'm going to start off with the 8th grade group just because they're kind of the first on the docket here with their promotion being Friday night. So we'll talk 8th graders first, then we'll go the middle school kind of behind them, and then we will go our 1st through 5th graders, and then we'll talk kinders kind of at the end, and then we will wrap some things up there. So as far as our 8th grade promotion goes, and just kind of a lead up to that, I know that Mr. Poole has been sending out information about what promotion is going to look like, and at this point we're going to cross our fingers and hope for dry weather on Friday. Over the course of the last 4 or 5 days, the forecast has showed a chance of rain. With the setup that we plan to do for this year being as minimal as it is, we feel like that we can hold off to make that final call on whether we need to move into the gym. We can hold off on that until Friday. So as of right now, we are planning to be on the blacktop just outside of the main building of the school there, on the backside of campus. So as of right now, we are planning to start at 7 o'clock. We're asking for all of our 8th graders to be back on campus by about 6:15, just so we can make sure that we can have an opportunity to get some pictures taken and make sure that they're prepped and know how the night is going to flow. So again, we are allowing up to 4 guests per student. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to myself and or Mr. Poole. Also, for those that feel like maybe they don't want to unmute and ask a question here, if you want to throw something in the chat, I'm sure that I can access that as well. So again, we feel like that Friday night should go pretty smooth. Again, we're looking at a pretty small group, 12, 13, and then you add all of the guests for them and some staff. We're probably looking at a group of around 75 or so, and so we feel good about that. As long as we are outside, we obviously will go without masks and maintain our distance between households. If for some reason we feel like that the forecast is not going to cooperate and we need to go inside, then at that point we would need to require masks. So again, the promotion ceremony will begin at 7 o'clock on Friday night. we are asking for our 8th graders to be back on campus about 6:15. So that's kind of the plan there. As far as the day goes for 8th graders on Friday, it will be a typical school day in terms of length. For those students that are on campus for Friday, we will ask for them to assist Mr. Poole and I with some of the setup in the afternoon. But as a whole, Friday will be a pretty typical day. So if you're a typical student that is riding the bus, your bus route will be the same, both AM and PM. So we will get kids off campus about 3 o'clock. And then for those 8th graders, we will ask for them to be back about 6:15. Mr. Poole, do you want to chime in anything on the graduation or promotion side of things?
You covered it very well, James.
All right. And again, folks, if there are questions that kind of pop up over the course of tonight, please feel free to, again, throw something in the chat if that works, or reach out by email, or you can give the school a call as well. So we hope that that's not a stressful day for folks. We want that day to be a day of celebration and ease, and so we hope that we can do that. So that's Friday. So leading up to Friday, again, this is just for the 8th graders. What we're asking is for our 8th graders and our parents and our families to be aware of their electronic devices and also books that they might have on checkout. So we're asking for books to be back tomorrow if possible. That would be Wednesday. We are expecting some kids needing their electronic device on Thursday. So when they come to school on Friday, and I will send out a reminder on Thursday afternoon, but we are asking on Friday that they bring their device, their charging cord, and if they were given a charging block with that, so like that actual wall mount, we would like to have those back. If those are not returned on Friday, you'll probably receive an email from me on Friday afternoon trying to get those back in hand when you return for the promotion ceremony. And then if we don't get it back on Friday night, we'll probably be reaching out the following week to try to make plans for return of those. So again, for those that might have books on checkout, if we could try to get those returned back either Wednesday or Friday is fine. But again, we are really trying to wrap all of that up this week, because then going into next week, we have the rest of our kiddos as well. So for our support staff that is doing the check-in on those, we would like to have those from our 8th graders in this week. Any questions or comments in terms of this week for 8th graders? Okay, I'm going to move into the middle school plan in general. There is one piece for the 8th graders that you also kind of need to be aware of, and I will touch on that when we get there. So for our 5th through 7th grade kiddos that will be returning for us for next year that aren't in the promotion ceremony, their obvious last days, and for our 1st through 7th grade kids, our last days are Thursday and Friday, the 17th and 18th. For our middle school kids, what that is going to look like for that Thursday and Friday is we will have our kids report to the school day, just as we always do. Again, if you're on a bus route, you're on a bus route. The day will still run that 8:30 to 3, so our bus routes will be the same. Our start and end time for the day will also remain the same. On that last day, you can expect that as the kids are in the classroom for the first half of the day, that they will be probably doing some end of the year cleanup, trying to get things in order as far as the classroom goes. And then they will have lunch as regularly scheduled. And then at 12:30, our plan is Mr. Poole and I will be driving our activity buses that the district owns, and Mr. Poole and I will be driving those middle schoolers up to the falls. And right now what our plan is we will park at the South Falls. We will do a shorter loop than maybe what has been done in the past. But I will let Mr. Poole talk about the exact route that we will be taking. But we will drop off at the South Falls. Hopefully we will be starting that hike, in that 12:45 or at least by 1 o'clock time frame. We're thinking that'll be about an hour and 20-minute hike. That puts us back to the buses right about 2:30. And then we'll be back down to campus by 3 o'clock to catch our buses and or our ride home for the day. So again, on that Thursday or Friday, whichever day is your last, the day will look the same. So basically we will run the same day, both Thursday and Friday. So where I was talking about the 8th graders, for those that would like to join us, they are invited. So they would be on Friday the 18th. What we would be asking is for any of those 8th graders that would like to join us for the hike is that they are on campus at about 12 o'clock noon on Friday the 18th. If for some reason your student would like to join us on the hike and they're in the 8th grade and they are a bus route kid and there's no way to get them to campus at noon on your own, please reach out to myself or Mr. Poole. We spoke about this afternoon, and we will find a way to get them on campus, whether that is we have the regular bus pick them up first thing in the morning, or Mr. Poole or I pick them up in our activity vans. So again, if you're an 8th grader that would like to join us on the hike on Friday the 18th, we are asking you to be on campus at about 12 o'clock. If you are unable to get to campus by yourself, please reach out to Mr. Poole or myself, and we will help figure out how to get you up there. Mr. Poole, do you want to chime in at all on specifically on what that route is so folks can kind of get that in their head?
So, those that are familiar with the Silver Falls State Park, as Mr. Rice said, we'll go to the South Falls parking lot. We're going to take the Maple Ridge Trail down, because that's going downhill. And then once we get down to where the lower North Falls is, then we'll climb back up along the Canyon Trail and come up to the South Falls and then back to the parking lot. So it's just one nice loop around. And my wife and I hiked it this weekend. I had actually never hiked the Maple Ridge Trail, but my wife goes there. That's her exercise. She hikes the falls all the time. It's like, oh, you got to try this one. It was a good hike.
So, and again, we're looking at that hour and 20-minute time frame or so to make sure that we have enough time to get up to the falls, make it back to our activity vans, and then back to campus to make sure that we get kids out at the right time on both Thursday and Friday. So again, with that specific trip, Thursday and Friday, we will be mirroring both of those days. So whatever day your hybrid day is, that's the day that you will be doing the hike. So we won't be trading days or anything like that. So our Thursday folks will still be our Thursday folks, and that'll be your last day. And our Friday folks, that'll still be our Friday folks, and that'll be your last day as well. So that's kind of our middle school plan. Again, if anybody has any questions about that, feel free to throw them in the chat or unmute and ask from there. I can share also that Mr. Poole, Mr. Feller, and Mrs. Sears will all be making our way up to the falls for the day on those days. So we will have our middle school staff up there with our kiddos, and so we will be there to take care of them. So now looking kind of at our 1st through 5th graders, and again, I'm going to leave the kinders out of it for right now, just because they are going to have a promotion day as well. But our 1st through 5th grade kids, their Thursday and Friday again will be the same as their hybrid schedule is now. And what we're looking at is something similar to the middle schoolers in terms of the morning will kind of be with their classroom group. And then, I'm sorry, 1st through 4th, Mr. Poole, yes. Sorry about that. Our kids will still be in their classroom group or cohort for the first half of the day. We will have lunch as regularly scheduled, and then the afternoon will be some special activities for the day. so we are going to try to pair that up. Our first and second grade classrooms will kind of spend the day together, which is nothing new from what we've been doing pretty much for the whole hybrid plan. Those two have kind of been part of a cohort group, and then our third and fourth grade class have also been their own cohort group. So our first and second grade classes will basically spend those days together, and then our third and fourth grade will as well. I know that some of those teachers have started to share out plans for those days as we wind up this week and headed into next week. I'm sure you will get more information on what specifically those days will look like. So again, I think the main theme for the last days of school are if you're a Thursday kiddo, you're going to stay on a Thursday, and if you are a Friday kiddo, you're going to stay on Friday, and then those last days will be your last day. And then kinders specifically. So our kinders are going to have their kindergarten promotion on Thursday morning, the 17th, all of the kinders together. And it'll be pretty similar to last year's plan. It will be kind of a drive up and drive through promotion ceremony. So Mrs. Gunther has been working on what that plan will look like. So our cars will basically line up on Drake's Road, and then as they come around the corner, the kids will get out of the car, walk kind of across the front of the school where myself and Mrs. Gunther will be. We'll get a picture, we'll give a balloon, and then we'll obviously send them off back into their car. So again, that promotion is going to start at 10 a.m. on Thursday the 17th. And again, that is for all kinders on that day. So even if you are a Friday student, as far as the hybrid goes, we are going to do one promotion ceremony all together. So all 12 will be together on Thursday the 17th at 10 a.m. And I know that Mrs. Gunther has started to share out information on that, and more information will be coming as well as we get closer. So that's kind of the general info for the last days for each grade. Some common themes for really K through 7th, as far as device checkout or check back in and library books and those things, we are asking for those to be turned in on Tuesday and Wednesday. So again, that is the 15th and 16th. And so when kids are coming to school on their regular Tuesday and Wednesday next week, we are hoping that they can be returning their library books that have been checked out, any textbooks that they might have, and then also their electronic devices at that time. And like we talked about with our 8th grade students, if you were given a charging cord and a charging block, we would ask for you to send those back with your student as well. I know that's a lot of information in terms of last days. I think your best point of contact would be your classroom teacher. But again, if there are questions or concerns, if you want to reach out to myself or the main office, we would be happy to help you out with that as well. The last thing that I kind of have for kind of end of year wrap up. So obviously students' last days are going to be Thursday the 17th and Friday the 18th. Our teachers' last formal day is Monday the 21st. And then Mrs. Galvez and we will be in the office through that next week through the 25th, through Friday the 25th. So our plan with end of year report cards is that we will be sending things out on Wednesday the 23rd. So hopefully by Friday and or Saturday, students and families will have those end of year report cards at that time. When teachers check out on Monday the 21st, part of what their checkout process is to make sure that our report cards are all turned in and submitted complete. And so we will have all of those in hand on the 21st, and then we will get those stuffed into envelopes and labeled and on their way out on Wednesday the 23rd. So again, be expecting report cards home maybe Friday or Saturday. Okay. Any other questions with end of year or anything of that nature? Okay. So I said 15 or 20 minutes. We're right on the 20-minute mark. So at this point, I'm actually going to turn things over to Mrs. Melissa Linder. I just want to officially welcome her again and tell her that we're excited to have her join us and join the team up here in different facets as well. She'll be doing some work with the district office as well. So I will have the privileged to get to continue to work side by side, and so I am thankful for that. So without any further ado, Mrs. Linder, you can take over and welcome, and hopefully some folks will have some things to ask or say hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to be back here with you in an official capacity. The last time we all got together on one of these Zooms, I was someone who was working to become a part of your community. And so I really want to, first of all, thank you for your feedback and your input and for trusting me with your school and with your students. I am really I can't be more excited to be back in a building with kids and with teachers and doing what I know that I was really meant to do. And so it's been pretty fun the last several weeks getting to meet with James every Friday and learn a little bit more about your school, kind of how it's set up. Obviously, I won't know for sure how that looks until I arrive on campus, but I just every week after we meet, I get more excited to be a part of your community and to be a part of your school. And I'm just excited to kind of jump in. As I'm wrapping up my school year here, I'm getting antsy to be able to come join you. So I'm really excited. I will actually be on campus next Tuesday. I found a place to live, which is always great. And so I'm going to be picking up the keys to my new place. And so I thought I would spend the day, get to know the staff, the students, the layout of the school. And so that'll kind of be exciting to be able to spend the day with your students and with the teachers and the staff and get to know them a little bit better and put faces to names, which is always really good. I officially start with the district in July, but I won't be starting officially in the principal role as much until August, but you're welcome to email me or call the office or the district office to reach me anytime you need to. And I'm just really excited to start this new chapter and to join your community. So I didn't really have much more to share because obviously I'm still learning, and James and I have kind of been trying to do the planning for cooperatively for the fall. So I don't know if anyone has any questions, or if you want to unmute or show your camera and say hello, you're welcome to do that, but you don't feel pressure to. If you're in your comfies, I understand that as well. So I just am excited to meet all of you.
Hi, Melissa. I'm Helena Cash. Sorry, we're here at Wilco getting stuff to keep the turkeys away from our garden too. Dual purpose out here. Just want to welcome you to the community. I've been a Silvercrest parent. Oh my gosh, 20 years. It's been a long time. So hopefully they filled you in that we have the last and final cache coming through Silvercrest. So a relief probably for many of the Silvercrest faculty, I'm sure. But just want to welcome you, and if there's anything you need from the parents, the parents do step up quite a bit when asked, and there's a great parent group, but we're happy to assist any way that we can. There's a multicultural community as well with just a lot of diversity, which is pretty exciting, and just we're happy to have you. So welcome and best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Jackson Kesh. Just
Jackson
don't have
Kesh.
nightmares.
Okay. I'll try to remember that. I actually have a plan, once I get there, to have if I can get pictures of the kids to put them up so I can start trying to put some names and faces. So I appreciate that. Thank you for your welcome. That was very nice. It's okay if you don't feel pressure to unmute and on camera. It's totally, I get it.
We call this teacher wait time, right?
Exactly.
Hi, this is Linder. It's nice I don't have a camera actually, but I'm Deanna Feller. My husband is Dan Feller, the science social studies teacher at the school. I'm also now the new president of the PTA Booster Club. So I welcome you, and I look forward to working with you. I'm glad that you said that your email is going to be available, because I'll probably be reaching out to you this summer to meet. So that would be great. But
Oh, I'm
I look
looking forward to
working.
it. That's awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, then I'll just go on the backside of Helena and Deanna, because I'm not only the teacher, but I'm a Silver Crest parent. And Jackson, Kesh, and Clifford Feller, and my youngest, Kaylee Jo Poole, all sixth graders, going to be in seventh grade next year.
Awesome.
And what a fun group.
Well, and I love, those are my people, because I was a 7th and 8th grade teacher for a long time. So I'm actually super excited to have both an elementary and middle school feel in our school. That really is like the best of all worlds for me. All right. Well, like I said, I'll be on campus next Tuesday. Hopefully, hopefully I'll be there around drop-off time, so that if you happen to be driving through, I can give you a wave, and we can put faces with each other. And again, I really appreciate and just cannot thank you enough for trusting me with your students. And I'm so excited to be a part of your community.
All right. Well, thank you all for being on. I know folks are busy, and so we appreciate the time and the commitment to the school and the staff and the students. So thank you all very much. Have a great night, and we will be in touch over the course of the next week and a half or so. Thank you so much.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too. You guys have a good night. Thanks, James.
Thank you.